Welcome to the Vault Archons. I am the Keeper of Keys, Kraz, and today we're going to finish up this deck display. Now, last night when I was opening up these decks, I had an absolutely wonderful time. It was so much fun. So many cool decks. I mean, there's just a bunch that were just really cool. Now the one that does stick out in my memory was the one that had the Sting operation and the 3 Keyforging cards outside their stack. That is step. Such a unique deck. Haven't really seen anything that operates like it. The World Tree deck was also really interesting. The one packed with board clear was really cool. There's just so many really cool and unique decks that come out of this game. I've got quite a few decks already, and I still feel like I'm opening cool and interesting decks. So I'm really happy about that. I don't feel like I'm opening things and I feel, all blah. I don't feel that at all. I feel like it's a great experience. And so we're just going to get started. I think we're going to go for this one right here. I think this is the one I want to do. So we're going to finish these 4 up. And again, we're just going to look at the glue. I'm only doing this to show a point, and I can just kind of peel it off that way. Overall, like I said, you're just going to see that same. Now this one, I did get a little bit of the, like magic, it disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I did get a little bit of the cardboard up on that, but so it's a little bit harder to see this glue line. But because the rest of this box has been clean, I highly doubt that this one would be tampered. So now we've got Brobnar. I'm still, like I said, still really hoping for a very specific setup with Brobnar. So we've got Brobnar, Sanctum, and Logos. Like I said, I like all the houses, so this is not... every deck to me can be incredibly cool. Matter of fact, last night I had a really cool Brobnar deck that had the Banner of Battle, which just made the deck so much stronger. That's going to be a really fun deck to play. It's going to be, pretty strong. I don't know if it's amongst my strongest decks, Still a little bit sick. I don't know why this cold's kind of hanging on, but it just seems to be. So I apologize for that. But I just want to get some of these decks open and show people what, you're going to be getting when you open these decks. Each one is its own unique, fun kind of experience, really. I mean, opening these decks is an experience. I think that's the way to put it. It's an experience. You open a deck and it's just, I don't know, it's just fun. So let's see what we got. What are we starting with here? So, first card we've got is Anger. Now, as I've said, this is not amongst my favorite fight cards, but if you have a lot of creatures, this can be a great card to have, but you need a lot of creatures, take advantage of this. I do prefer things like Follow the Leader. After that, we have Loot the Bodies. Now, Loot the Bodies is a great Ambergain card, so I do hope that I have the creatures to take advantage of this, because you do have to destroy creatures. Now, Coward's End and stuff also synergizes well with this card, so hopefully, we have 2 Loot the Bodies. Now, doubling these up can be really powerful if we have the ways to take advantage of the Ambergain. We have Punch after that. So this is just a direct damage. It's nice to clear things off that have Taunt around them and stuff like that. Doesn't get around Shadow Self, but nothing really gets around Shadow Self other than clearing the entire board. We have Smith. This is a nice one if you have a big creature pool. So now we're really starting to need board clear and creature pools to go along with our cards. After that, we've got Tremor. Now, this is just a 3 stun, not a weak card, but still kind of a cool one. I do like stuns, at least having a few stuns. After that, we've got Cannon. Now, this one can really start stacking up damage if we can keep it on the board. Depends on how much artifact control our opponent has. After that, we've got Gauntlet of Command. So, see, we're not seeing a lot of creatures yet. So I really hope I start seeing creatures, because right now we're really, really light on creatures, and I really need to start seeing them. After that, we've got the Iron Obelisk. Now, this is a great card if you have a giant creature pool. But we've got so many other action cards and artifacts and stuff so far. I mean, I'm just going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have no more than 3 creatures at this point. That is disappointing. The Iron Obelisk is the one I'm looking for in a combination. After that, we've got Valdir. This is just a nice card to have. I do like Valdir. Sorry about the focus. Oh, there we go. I do like Valdir. It's a good card for killing things on the flank. After that, we've got Earthshaker. Now, these are fantastic creatures. Earthshaker is a great one to have. This is a mini board clear for small creatures. Really good, powerful creature. And Gangar Chieftain. So all of our creatures here are good. And so there is the potential to increase our opponent's key cost by 3. Because these creatures are really strong, they're going to manage to stay on the board. But we do need a bigger board elsewhere. The Loot the Bodies, there's nothing in here that really takes advantage of Loot the Bodies. That's kind of disappointing. So hopefully we have something else that's going to somehow synergize with that. Maybe in Logos we have some phase shift where we can use the Loot the Bodies. After that, we're going to look at Logos. Now we've got Lab Work. This is a great card to have. I really like Lab Work. Archive mechanics, we can get stuff into our archive that we don't want to play currently. Phase Shift, now this was a card I was hoping to see. This really works well with cards like Loot the Bodies. You can use this on Earthshaker. This really increases the potential of our Brobnar house, so that's good. After that, we have Remote Access. I was hoping for another Phase Shift because we have multiple Loot the Bodies, but that's okay. This is good to have because this is using an opponent's artifact. Now, it's a single turn, but we can get some cool effects out of that. After that, we have the Library of Babel. This is card advantage. I like having card advantage. Any deck with card advantage is just going to have some cool stuff. You're going to just get more cards than your opponent, so you're going to be able to do more. After that, we've got Spectral Tunneler, another card advantage card. Now, this is an upgrade. Or sorry, no, this is an artifact, my bad. This is an artifact. This is really nice. It's going to be yet another way to have card advantage. You can drop something on the flank. Now, if we have the right creatures in Sanctum, this could be a really powerful card. So let's, hopefully we have the right creatures. Now, we have the Howling Pit. Your opponent's even not going to want to clear this off because this is card advantage for both you and your opponent. So they're going to like seeing this card just as much as you do. No downside to that one. After that, we've got Dexter. Dexter is just a great, capture 1. Some people say, oh, Dexter's terrible. This is a capture 1, though. And it continues coming back over and over and over again. There's a lot of ways to exploit cards that can come back. So I don't know if we have them in here, but there's ways to do it. Dr. Escoterra, this is basically a Dust Pixie late game with a lot more strength. Once they forged 1 key, it's one amber. Once they forge 2 keys, it's 2 amber. Not to be underestimated. Great card. After that, we've got the Ganymede Archivist. I really like seeing this guy. This is an archive mechanic that stays on the board. So far, we don't have a big way to protect him. So I do hope we end up with protection cards in here. After that, we've got the Psychic Bug. I love seeing the Psychic Bug. This lets you look at your opponent's hand. Now, we don't have any cards that would take advantage of being able to look at their hand, but we do then have the opportunity to say, oh, I'm getting ready to use, let me show. So I'm getting ready to phase shift into, for example, Loot the Bodies, and I'm going to use my creature pool inside of here to take advantage of it. Now, we're probably going to have more Logos creatures. So you could then know whether it's safe to forge a key or not. So really, really cool card to have. Oh, we have 2 Psychic Bugs in this deck. That is really interesting and really cool to see. I always like seeing double rares because they're rarer decks, in my opinion. Anything with a double rare is a rarer deck. You don't see as many double rares. Now, Rocket Boots is really cool to have. That takes advantage of a couple of the creatures in here. Takes advantage of the Ganymede Archivist quite a bit. Can take advantage of some of the other creatures. Let's see. No, so far it doesn't take a huge amount of advantage of the other creatures in here, but there's probably something in Sanctum that's going to be able to take advantage of that. So after that, we're going into Sanctum. We've got Blinding Light. Now, our creature pool here is pretty weak. Matter of fact, I'm going to check real quick. We've got 5 Sanctum and 3 Brobnar. That's a really weak board so far. Sorry, 5 Logos and 3 Brobnar. That's a really weak board so far. So next we've got Shield of Justice. Now this is going to be good if we have the Sanctum cards to take advantage of it. So I really hope we do. Now this could also be used with Phase Shift. So can be an interesting way to use it. After that we have Terms of Redress. This is a key stopper. And really the first major key stopper we've seen. Matter of fact, I don't think we've seen any other key stoppers. The Harder They Come. This is a great purge card to have. I really like having the Harder They Come. This gets rid of a big creature, and because we have such a weak board, being able to get rid of something with theirs that's dangerous is actually quite important in this deck. After that, we've got the Gorm of Om. Now, this was the first Maverick I ever pulled, but this is not a Maverick itself. The first Maverick I pulled was this card. Now, it has an Omni, so you can use it during any time. It's destroying artifacts, so it's good artifact control. Nice to have. After that, we've got Bulwark. I love seeing this guy. He's a fantastic card. Good, strong defender. After that, we've got Francus. Francus is a great, strong 6-power, 1-armor creature. So I really like seeing this guy. So whenever you destroy an enemy with him, he's then going to capture Amber. So small-scale key stopper. After that, we've got the Raiding Knight. This is a play capture. So we're starting to see some Amber control, which we really needed in this deck. So it's nice to see some. After that, we've got Sanctum Guardian. I really like this card. I love the artwork, too. The artwork on this thing is fantastic. Really do like this card. It's a great card to have. I'm really glad to see it. And it's one of our first taunts, I believe. Maybe our only taunt. After that, we've got Sequius. I like this guy also. He's a Reap Capture one, so more Amber control. So Board Wipe is going to be the enemy of this deck. After that, we've got Sergeant Zachiel. I like this guy. He's a nice little ready and fight with a neighboring creature. So nice card to have. Synergizes better with certain cards, but still good. And we have another one of him. So let's go back through here and take a quick look. So we've actually got a pretty big Sanctum board. We got 7, so it's okay. We've got a Purge. We've got the ability to look at the hand. We've got good card draw, Phase Shift, a little bit of Archive, some creatures, a little bit of key cost, a little bit of Amber gain. So overall, my opinion of this deck is it's still an interesting deck. It's not a bad deck. It's not terrible. It doesn't have good Amber control. It's lacking Amber control. It's got really interesting ways to look at your opponent's hand, so you can know whether it's safe to forge a key, so that's nice. It's got decent card draw. It's not got a ton of card draw. It's got decent archive. So it's got some abilities to do some stuff. It's got a small board clear here. It's got a Purge. It doesn't have any heavy board clear. It doesn't have any heavy Amber control. So it's really, in my opinion, amongst weaker decks, just because it lacks those things. And I didn't see a lot of Amber in it either. Let's see, do I see a lot of Amber anywhere? The Amber gain that does exist in this deck is very limited because it's directly related to Loot the Bodies, and we only have 3 creatures and 2 Loot the Bodies. So still an interesting deck, like I said, amongst my weaker decks, but still, I still enjoyed getting to look at it. So there we go. So that's actually out of this entire box. That's the first deck that I would consider weak out of the box so far. So that's what, the 9th deck was the one I consider weak. So let's go into now. Hopefully we don't have 4 weak decks. Boy, that would be disappointing, but I highly doubt it. The odds are just not there. So check out the glue bead. So we got the little curve there at the end where the starting point is right here. Let's see, and I believe I have to go this direction. Yep. So this one right here is Dis Shadows Logos. I love this combination. And I didn't give the name of the last one. Sorry about that. The last one was G. Petrinius Norgard's Recent Warden. This one is, I'm gonna take the wrapper off first, then I'll say the name. I know the wrapper kind of makes it hard in the video to see it. Now these pull tabs aren't coming off as easy as I would hope. Now some of them do, some of them don't. but not all of them. So here we go. So this one is Ikura. Whoa, hold on. I'm gonna have trouble pronouncing this one. Ikurant, the Time Warden of the Library. Boy, I hope this thing holds up to its name. Some time cards in here, library access, stuff like that. Oh, that would be beautiful. So let's see what we got. So we'll put that off to the side. And our first card is, oh, a Rise. We're starting with a Rise. I love this card. This is just a great card. If you have any cool creatures that are worth bringing back, this is just a really cool card to have. After that, we've got, Handed Disc. So this is nice to have a little board clear. This is just a single target board clear. This is great for things that are being protected. I do like that card. Not effective if they don't at least have 3 creatures. Mind Barbs. I know some people don't like the force your opponent to discard cards, but I look at it as card advantage, so I love having it. And I might make you discard a bait and switch with this. So, yep, totally cool. Love that card. And we have 2 of them. Oh, I really like seeing that. I love Mind Barbs. After that, we've got 3 of these. Oh, man. Playing against this deck is going to be, your hand is just going to get milled away. Now, yeah, you get to draw them back, but like I said, I can get rid of cards that are super important. So that's a great card. Gets rid of combination possibilities. After that, we've got a Dominator Bauble. I really like this one because you can use creatures, which is just great when you're declaring your Dis House. After that, we've got Life Ward. Now, this is something that shuts down your opponent's options, so I love seeing this card. This is Sacrifice Life Ward. Your opponent cannot play creatures, so this is great to follow a board wipe. And it's Omni, so as long as there's a board wipe in any one of these houses. Charette, this is a great key slower. This can stop a key because it's a capture 3, which is a big capture. Like seeing that. And I'm glad we're seeing creatures already. Dust Imp. This is a nice one to have. This is just a gain 2 amber. You're going to have to plan when to play this because you want to avoid things like burn the stockpile, bait the switch, and stuff like that. But bait the switch. Bait and switch. After that, we've got Pit Demon. Pit Demon is just a nice little action steal 1, 5 strength creature. Love seeing it. After that, we've got Toxin. Yet another way to make your opponent discard cards. Really nice to see yet another way to do that. That's a lot of card discard right there. It's going to really slow your opponent's play down. After that, we've got Troubadour. Now, I did see somebody post something about this card, and you want to be able to clear this thing off, or this could be a net amber loss for you. You play it out, and then they use a board removal to get rid of it that doesn't do destroy. That is possible. They archive it. I'm sure there's other ways to do that. They return it to your hand. It's not destroy. So you're going to want to destroy this thing. Now that does synergize well with the Handed Disc. So the Handed Disc in here is actually a useful card to use with Troubadour to make sure you get that amber. And so I definitely would be more careful with that card. Initially, I thought it was better than it is. It is still a good card because it is 5 amber, but you're spending 3 amber, so you got to be careful about it because they can then get you for 3 amber if they use the right card. Now we're going to go into Logos, and we're starting with Effervescent Principle. I love this card. This is an amber stopper, key stopper. Great card to have. Hopefully we have 2 of them. Oh, we do. That is fantastic. I love seeing multiples of this card. So now this deck has good amber control and a Rise. So that's really nice. Now we have Fogify. This is something that's going to yet again control our opponent's ability to do things. They can't attack when we use this, so like seeing that. And then we have Lab Work. Lab Work is a really fun one. I like having Archive. Great Archive card. Love that one. Oh, Wild Wormhole. Now, I don't think we're going to see a library access because it usually comes before this, but Wild Wormhole is still a cool card to have. So far, there's nothing in here that would be dangerous to pull using Wild Wormhole. We have Library of Babel. This is just a nice library card. It's a nice draw card. Really cool to have. Like having card advantage. After that, we have Dexter. Capture 1, this guy can stop a key, and he can keep coming back as many times as you want him. So, strength 3 creature that is close to immortal. After that, we have the Novu Archaeologist. This is really cool because you can archive cards from your discard. Now, that allows you to bring back cards like Effervescent Principle. It allows you to bring back cards like you can bring Charette back, Life Ward back. You can bring back things like Mind Barb, Hand to Dis, Arise. There's just a lot of cool ways to play that guy. So hopefully I want to see another one of them. Oh, we have 2. Oh, I love that. That is such an awesome thing to see. I think this is the first time I've seen 2 of these guys in a deck. Now, they are just uncommon, so you're going to see 2 of them in more decks than this, but very, very cool to have. Maybe we have 3? Oh, okay, so we have a Titan mechanic here. This is a 6 strength who's going to make keys cheaper. Now, this can actually work really well with Effervescent Principle because you're wiping your amber as well in the process, and opponents sometimes will leave this on the board. And we have 2 of those. So this can really reduce the cost of the key. You can forge a key and then do Effervescent, like play a couple of these out, forge a key, on your next turn, do Effervescent Principle when they get enough amber to do so. And I mean, there's just ways to take advantage of that. I don't see a way to wipe them off. Hand to Disc can do it, but I don't see any other ways to wipe them off. After that, we have the Valen Analyst. This is a nice little gain amber every time you use an artifact. And we'll... how many artifacts do we have so far? I don't think we had a ton of them. We had the Library Babel. And we had the Life Ward, the Dominator Bauble. So it can gain us some amber. It's a nice little just kind of amber tick away if they leave it on the board. Now we're going into Shadows. Now the first thing we're looking at is Lights Out. This is a way to just get 2 enemy creatures off the board. Now they're going to come back, but you can get them off the board. After that we have Nerve Blast. Nice little steel direct damage card. Nice to have. After that, we've got, 2 Nerve Blasts. I like seeing that because these are just direct steel cards, and these can, you play both of these, and that's 2 amber. It's a 2 amber shift away from them and 2 towards you. That's really a 4 amber change. It's a big deal. After that, we've got Oubliette. Oubliette is a really nice card. This is just a purge a 3 or under creature. There's a lot of 3 or under creatures that would be really good to get rid of. There's a lot of them that do a lot of nasty stuff. After that, we have Pawn Sacrifice. Now, hopefully we have a card that synergizes well with this, and I guess we'll see if we do or not. Actually, we do. Dexter. Dexter synergizes well with Pawn Sacrifice because he's going to come back. After that, we've got 2 Pawn Sacrifices. So Dexter does synergize with this card. We're not losing creatures under that circumstance. So still a good card to see. I want to start seeing some good, really strong... There we go. So Too Much to Protect. This is a fantastic action card to see. Big key stopper here combined with Nerve Blast. So Nerve Blast combined with Too Much to Protect will stop them from forging a key. More key stoppers right there. Great to see. Mac the Knife. Now this is the first Mac the Knife I have. So I'm going to read him. Mac the Knife's 3 strength, elusive. You may use Mac the Knife as if he belongs to the active house. That's really cool. Action, deal 1 damage to a creature. If that damage destroys the creature, gain 1. Another amber gaining card from doing damage. Now you have to destroy him to get that, but that's still really cool because he's always of the active house. After that, we have Dodger. Dodger's just a nice 5 strength fight steel, really good strong fight steel card. After that, we've got Selwyn the Fence. Now, I don't think we had a lot of capture here. Let me look. Actually, let me finish these last couple cards, and we'll go back and look for capture because I don't think we had a ton, but we had some. Oh, Shadow Self! I love seeing this card. This is a great protection card, and this is going to work really good with some of these creatures that you want to protect. After that, we've got, Silvertooth. So this is just a nice 2 damage or 1 amber. So let's take a quick look. So I love seeing that. Selwyn the Fence. So who's he going to work with? He's going to work with, I know we had some capture in here. Let's see. Oh, actually, Cell on the Fence works well with Dexter. And Dexter's pretty much going to stay in the game because almost nobody's going to purge Dexter. He's not seen as a powerful card. The odds anybody's going to try and purge him is really, really low. Let's see. Oh, it works well with Charette. So we do have a couple cards that work with Cell on the Fence. I wish we had more. Now we can protect him with Shadow Self. We can protect Mac the Knife. Now our creature pool is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in shadows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in Logos. That's not too bad. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in Dis. Now this is not a creature that I would spend much time fighting with and stuff because of the dangers it can pose if your opponent can remove it without destruction. So overall our creature pool is not incredibly strong. I do not see a board wipe, but the Arrives can work really well with some of these cards, especially with your Logos House and your Novu Archaeologists. That could really lead to some power turns. And then you have other archive. You have Effervescent Principle. You can archive away and save for when it's needed. You have ways to get card advantage. You have another way to... Yeah, this is a really interesting deck. Will be fun to play. It's not weak. Doesn't have board clear. I don't see any board clear in here, but it has board control. So I don't have board clear, but I have board control. So in this one, I've got Pawn Sacrifice, which is quite a bit of damage. Obelette. I got 2 Nerve Blasts, which is direct damage. A little small board clear right there. Got the Fogify, you can't attack. Up in here, we've got the Life Ward, can't play creatures. Mind Barbs, discarding cards. A single target board clear, and then Arise. So yeah, I think this is a really interesting deck, really cool. Right around the middle again, another good deck. Again, just a decent deck. After that, let's see, what do we want to... I want some water is what I want. And then we're gonna, let's see, left or right? Let's see. I think we're going to go with the left one for people who are left-handed. How about that? That sounds like a good idea. I'm right-handed myself, but I figure why not? So after that, okay, so there we go. Now we're going to look at the glue. Again, as expected, you know, you can see the little tail right there that I always talk about. And you can see where the glue starts over on this side. Very uniform. And like I said, every once in a while these come open and they don't look exactly right. It's because it actually stuck to all the paper on both sides. It's very rare it happens, but there's ways to tell if it did. Okay, so this one is, let's pull it out of the pack first and then we'll read it. See if I struggle with this red tab or not. Come on. And the winner is, I think, the red tab. I think the red tab's going to win this one. Maybe. Oh, come on. Okay, let's see if it goes the other way. Nope, doesn't want to go the other way. Okay, fine. Let's just unwrap the entire deck, shall we? Come on. There we go. Okay. I managed to tear it elsewhere, so that tab did not want to go. Okay, so let's make sure I didn't damage the cards anywhere. I mean, as I said, these cards are, I mean, they're just, the quality is just so nice. I mean, the consistency, deck after deck after deck after deck of just nice consistency of cards. I love seeing that. Honestly, you know, when it comes to, you know, what kind of cards I would buy, companies I would support, quality product. Is it fun to play? That's what matters to me. So I'm really loving Keyforge. I hope everybody else, you know, who does play loves the game. And if they don't, you know, well, there's other games out there. So other than that, you know, like I said, it's just a fantastic experience. So hopefully it continues on and on for many years. That's my hope. So this one we've got Brobnar, Mars, and Shadows. And we've got the Overseer Shayna Tova. Tova. Interesting name. So hopefully we get the Brobnar combination I keep hoping for. Okay, so we're going to start with Burn the Stockpile. This is a good Brobnar card. I like starting with this card. Good card to start with. Good 4 Amber Destroyer. After that, we have Coward's End, another good Brobnar card. So I'm already liking this Brobnar house. Maybe we got a second Coward's End? Oh, we have a second Coward's End. I like seeing that. This is a good card to have multiples of. Nice board clear. Yeah, we're going to get chains for it, but that's okay. After that, we got Smith. Now, Smith is towards the end of the action cards, so we should start seeing creatures soon. So I hope we do. That's really cool. That's a nice one if you have a big board. After that, we have the War Chest. Now, I really need to see creatures at this point now that I've got War Chest. Now I wish I had Follow the Leader or something like that. But we are starting to see creatures now. This is fantastic. This is going to be great for War Chest. Valdir, this is a really good strong creature. Love seeing that one. 8 damage on the flank. After that, we have Bumpsy. I love seeing this guy. I really hope we have multiples of this guy with a War Drummer. Please give me multiples with a War Drummer. Oh, okay, so we have a Grenade Snip. This is a good Amber Stopper for your opponent. So this is actually decent Amber control for Brobnar. Normally we don't have a ton of Amber control, so I'm liking that. Smash, another play effect. This is starting to look good. I really hope we have a War Drummer now. Because this is a play stun, 5 strength creature. Oh, another smash, another play stun. Now I really want a War Drummer. A War Drummer with this would be fantastic. Come on. Oh, Troll. This is a really good, strong card. I like this guy. Really powerful Brobnar house so far. Oh, another Troll. This is a really good board. Come on. Is there enough for a War Drummer, or if we run out of Brobnar? Oh, we're into Mars. Okay. So we didn't get a War Drummer, and I'm going to go back through that real quick. This is a good play damage 3 across the board. I just wanted to look at that one more time. That was actually a good Brobnar house. We've got 2 Trolls. We've got 2 Smash. We've got a Grenade Snib, which is good for Amber control. We've got a Bumpsy. We've got a Valdir. The War Chest is going to work well in this one because you have enough creatures to take advantage of it. These are 8, 8, 5, 5, 2, 5, 6, like good, strong creatures. Smith is probably going to be able to be taken advantage of. We've got 2 Coward's Ends in here and a Burn the Stockpile. That is an incredibly good generation for Brobnar. I really like that. There are some better cards that you could have, but that's a really good Brobnar house. I love the way that started. So now we've got the Ammonia Cloud. Next we've got an EMP Blast, which is fantastic. I really like seeing this card. This is a great artifact clearing card. Really nice to see. Glad we have it. After that, I've got Mother Gun. Now, Mother Gun is great because it works off the cards. This is going to be a lot of damage unless your opponent can clear off your artifacts. I like seeing this card. After that, we've got Blip. So we're going to see a big Mars board here. That was only 3 cards before we start seeing creatures. We're going to see at least 6 creatures, maybe more. It depends on how much is after it because there are some things that come after. Blip Yip is a really interesting 2-strength card because when you play this guy, the next one's coming in ready. So he's kind of like Soft Landing, except for he's a creature that you get when you play it. So very cool. I like this guy. After that, we have the Ether Spider. Now, this is a key stopper. Your opponent cannot gain Amber while this card's in play. So I really like this guy. After that, we've got Grabber Jammer, yet another capture mechanic and something that's going to make keys cost more. Great card to have. And we've got 2 of those. So this is going to really increase the cost of our opponent's keys and slow down their gameplay. It works against everything, including key charge and things like that. After that, we've got Tunk, good, strong, 6 strength, 1 armor creature. We've got a really powerful board in this deck so far. After that, we've got the Ulyuk Megamouth. This is a Fight Reap, use a friendly non-Mars creature. This is great with all those Brobnar creatures. I can't remember if any of them had fight effects, so let's go check real quick. Use a friendly. So you could then use it to reap and heal Troll. You could use it to attack with the Grenade Snib and get rid of it. You could use it to attack with Valdir. So yeah, there are definitely ways you can take advantage of that card. Really nice to have. Zorg. Oh, I love this guy. This is a great strong creature. He's a 7 strength creature. Now he does interplay stunned, but he's gonna stun everything. He's like Earthquake. I believe that was the name of it. I might have it wrong. He's a 3 area stun. He hits the creature that you're attacking and everything around it. So you're going to get 3 creatures with that stun, which is just amazing for such a super powerful board. Biomatrix backup. This can be used to effect. Let me see if there's a card in here that really takes advantage of that. I'm going to check and see if there's more Mars after that. Hold on. Oh, and then we have Brainstem Antenna. Now this is a really cool one. I don't think I have a Brainstem Antenna up until now, so this is my first one. This creature gains after you play a Mars creature, ready the creature, and for the remainder of the turn, it belongs to the house of Mars. This can be really, really cool. You can play this on Mars creatures as well. So this can be used as a way to ready Zorg. Yeah, because it doesn't say there's any limitations. This creature gains. So anytime you would play another Mars creature, you could then ready Zorg. You could use it with trolls. You could use it with Bumpsy, Valdir. I mean, there's just a lot of ways that you can take advantage of that card. And there might even be Mars cards like using twice. You could actually put it on the Mega Mouth, and then every time you play a creature, you can ready him and then use a non-house creature. You could use it on the Grabber Jammer to be able to capture twice in a turn. There's just some cool stuff you can do. You could use it on the Blip Gip, which would allow you to then bring another card into play ready. So there's just some cool stuff you can do with that. So that's really cool. After that, we've got Bait and Switch. Oh, I love seeing this card. Great card in this deck. First big Amber control. Now we had the Ether Spider, but that's a really good one. Hidden Stash. This is fantastic. This is an archive. Love seeing archive mechanics because you can get cards like Bait and Switch out of your hand until you need them. Pawn Sacrifice. So far we don't have anything that takes advantage of Pawn Sacrifice. So we'd have to actually get rid of something that we can't bring back. After that, we have Relentless Whispers. Now, if we have a bad penny in here, which I'd be totally cool with Pawn Sacrifice. So Relentless Whispers, this is a nice one to have. Deal 2 damage. If it destroys that creature, you gain an Amber. Really cool one to have. You get one anyways. Nexus, this is great to have artifact control. So we have some artifact control in this deck, which is really nice to see. And Selwyn the Fence. Now I have to check to see how much capture we have. I didn't see a lot. We might have some, but still a good card if we have the capture for it. Oh, Shadow Self. I love seeing this card. This is a great card to have. Great protection card for other creatures that we don't want to take damage. Silvertooth. So this is just a quick 2 damage attack or a quick Amber gain. Nice to see. Smiling Ruth. Now this is an interesting card. If we can put this next to Shadow Self, this could do some cool stuff. Because we're going to be able to take control of enemy flank creatures with this. So really nice card to have. A very interesting effect. I like seeing that. After that we have Umbra. This is a nice little steel card. I like seeing a fight steel with Skirmish. That's a nice one to have. After that we've got Urchin. This is just a nice little play steel. I like seeing that. And our last card is another Urchin. So there's a good amount of steel in here. Normal for shadows. So we got steel, steel, steel. Take control of a creature if we forge a key. Shadow Self to put next to a card like Smiling Ruth. Or Selwyn or Nexus. So let's see. Now we have the Bait and Switch, which is great. The Brainstem Antenna could be really good with Smiling Ruth. You could take control of 2 creatures under those circumstances. Now, how much capture do we have? We have capture here on our Grabber Jammers. We have capture. We capture on the Ether Spider. That can be really effective with Selwyn the Fence. using this guy multiple times, or just using him to get that amber off of our Ether Spider could be really cool. Artifact clear, really just powerful board. Good amber gain here. This is actually going to be very useful in this deck. I wish we had Follow the Leader to go with this card. Smith is going to be good. Coward's in. We have good board clear, great amber control. Yeah, this is another good deck. Again, another good deck. Good amber control, decent synergy, nice cards, good board. I like seeing this one. Yeah, another cool deck to have. Again, as I said, as I've said before, the odds you are going to get a bad deck are really low. The most likely outcome is you're going to get a good deck. Out of this display, I've opened only one deck I consider not that great, and if I look back at it, I might find that I was wrong anyways. But overall, all these decks would be fun to play. They have cool mechanics, and they're interesting. So we're on the last one. And so, there we go. That's it for that. I'm going to throw that off to the side. So we're on the last one here, and let's see what we got. Actually, I'm going to put that down for a second. I need some water. Oh, so much fun. Opening these decks is just so much fun. I hope people get these for Christmas. I think people would really enjoy just getting to play this game. Now, of course, if you don't have any, you kind of need two. That way, even if your friends... Oh, I'm actually ripping the box. That way, even if your friends don't get them, you can still play the game with them. And again, we've got that same, expected... not perfect. This is a little bit different. Shows up a little bit different, as you can see. Still got the regular pattern, though. Oops. So, still cool. And our last deck is another combination I really like to see. We've got Dis, Untamed, and Logos. So let's hope that this is just some kind of amazing super deck. Now, probably not. Either way, it's probably still going to be cool. It doesn't need to be a super deck to be cool in this game. There's a lot of cool decks, and I've got a ton of them. Let's see if I can beat the red. Oh, come on. Okay, fine. Good enough. These pull tabs just are not being very good to me. So we'll put that off to the side. So this one is Tortotop, the Exorcist of Herbs. Interesting name. So let's see what we got. Oh, first one we have here is Fear. Now this Fear is an interesting little card to have. This is return an enemy creature to its owner's hand. Not a super powerful card, but still it can be used to get rid of cards that are getting ready to do something mean. So good card to have. Oh, let me move this up. I've probably had it half off the screen the entire time, didn't even notice. After that, we have Handed Disc. This is a good little board clear. You can take advantage of this in a lot of ways. So I really like seeing this. This is a single target board clear. Ooh, Keyhammer. I really like this card. This is an unforged. Now I'm really hoping we have Lash About Broken Dreams in here. Maybe two of those to go with it. That would be awesome. So let's hope we have one of those cards that synergize well with it. Oh, Mind Barbs. This is a card advantage. You guys know I like this card. So after that, we've got... Oh, Poltergeist. I like seeing this guy. This is a really cool artifact clear. So now we have artifact control, which is nice to have. After that, we have Library of the Damned. This is a really cool card. Library of the Damned is just, it's an archive mechanic. a really strong archive card in another house. I like seeing that. If we have a lot of archive in logos also, that could be super, super powerful. We have Drumble. Now this is really cool because this is a key stopper. It's only temporary, but if they have 7 or more, we get all of their amber when we play this guy. Fantastic card. Good card to archive until we need it. After that, we have Dust Imp. This is just a nice little amber gain for us. We're going to gain 2 amber once he's destroyed. Great card to have. After that, we've got Ember Imp. This is a way to slow our opponent down on their cards. Another good card advantage card. Like seeing those. We've got 2 Ember Imps. That's really cool. Your opponent is going to want to clear this quickly, so hopefully we have ways to protect it. And we've got Shaffles. This is something that's just going to burn away our opponent's amber. So this is just a nice little card to have. I like seeing this one. All of our creatures are pretty weak so far. Succubus, another card advantage card. So we're going to look back through this house once I get done with this. Once I get done with the actual house. Okay, so, wow. First card we see there is Library Access. Oh, man. Okay, so hold on. Let's take a look here. So Library Access is an incredible card. I love this card. I'm so happy to see it. Card advantage, Amber Burner, card advantage, Amber Gain, Key Stopper, Archive, Artifact Control, card advantage, Key Breaker, board clear, and a simple creature removal. That's actually a really cool disc house. I like seeing that. Library Access is a super powerful card. Really glad that was the first card we saw in Logos. Ooh, Neurosiphon. This is a nice steal effect right here. If your opponent has more, you're going to get this, and it's also a card advantage. So this is a really good card. We're seeing a lot of card advantage in this deck. A lot. After that, we've got Random Access Archives. This is another card advantage. This is really, really good. Sorry, this is another archive. So we've got a lot of archive in this deck so far. After that, we've got Scrambler Storm. Oh, this shuts them down from being able to stop us. This is really, really good. I really like seeing this card. Yet another thing to control the pace, the tempo of the game. We have a Twin Bolt of Missions. Now, so having some direct damage is good. This is our first direct damage. And we can do 2 to 2 different creatures, so that's nice. I do like seeing a little bit of direct damage in every deck. Oh my, the Mobius Scroll. Wow. This deck is just loaded with archive and card draw. Going through this deck is going to be very fast. So, one second. Okay, I'm back. That was my wonderful family making the noise in the background. Wow, Mobius, like this deck so far is just incredible. After that, we've got Dr. Escoterra. I like seeing this guy. He's a late game Dust Imp, so love seeing him. Good amber. We've got 2 of him, so we're going to get a lot of amber late game. We can archive those away until we want them. After that, we've got the Ganymede Archivist. Wow, this deck has a lot of archive. Reap, archive a card. After that, we have Quixo the Adventurer. This is just a card draw, yet more card advantage in this deck. Just incredible levels of card advantage this deck is going to have. After that, we've got the Novu Archaeologist, yet another archive card. You can archive so many different things with this. If we can keep that into play, we can then bring cards like Mobius Scroll if it gets destroyed back, Scrambler Storm back. We can bring back Library Access. We can bring back Library of the Damned if it goes away. We can bring back Poltergeist, Keyhammer. There's just a lot of ways to take advantage of that. The archive in this thing is just crazy. After that, we've got the Titan Mechanic. So this is just going to make keys cheaper. That's really nice to have. I like seeing this guy. He's a good 6 strength creature. Now we're going to go into Untamed. Now we've got Full Moon. This is a great amber gain if we have a lot of cards to take advantage of it. So I really hope we do. I'm really hoping for a good, strong... Now we've got Vigor. This is a heal. There's a lot of cards in here that could take advantage of Vigor, if I remember correctly. 6 strength, 4 strength, 4 strength, 4 strength. Let's see. Everything in Dis was pretty weak. So there are some cards that can take advantage of the full heal on that, so you can potentially get the Amber. After that, we've got Ritual of Balance. This is a nice one to have. Now, we're not seeing any key stoppers yet. Now, this is going to slow them down, but we don't have any hard key stoppers, and Untamed is not well known for key stopping. Ancient Bear, this is another nice one to have. Cool card. After that, we've got a Dust Pixie. Really nice Amber gain on this guy. We've got a lot of Amber gain on here early and late game now. Because of the archive mechanics, we can choose when to use them. Lupo the Scarred. This is a nice one to see. He's going to deal 2 damage when you play him out. He's a 6 strength skirmish. Really powerful card. Also going to take advantage of that heal. We've got a Niffle Ape. These are great for getting around Taunt and Elusive. I love seeing these cards. And we've got another Niffle Ape, which is really nice to see. Nice way to get around the Taunt and Elusive. We've got 3 Niffle Apes. That's really nice. Maybe we have a Niffle Queen in here. That would be nice to see. We have the Piranha Monkey. This is a nice, just deals 2 damage to all the enemy creatures. I don't remember seeing a lot of board clearing. We have 2 Piranha Monkeys. That's a lot of damage. I wish we had some Save the Pack with that. And then we have Witch of the Eye. Yet another way to get a card from our discard back. So this deck is really about card control. We've got the Witch of the Eye. This brings a card from our discard back. We've got 2 Piranha Monkeys. This is 4 damage when we play or reap these guys. Like, we can keep the board cleared with these pretty easily. If we can get them down, let's play it. Now, they'll kill each other, so you have to be a little bit careful about that. We've got the Niffle Apes. These are going to get around Taunt and Elusive, so that's really fantastic. We've got 3 of those. Lupo the Scar is a good, strong creature. Good Amber there. Good, strong, powerful creature. Way to control Amber. Great Amber gain right there with Full Moon. That's a ton of creatures with Full Moon. And with the Archive mechanic, yeah, you could archive all this away. And then Full Moon it for just an insane Amber turn. After that, we've got the archive, card draw, archive, Amber, archive, direct damage, stop them from stopping us from forging a key. That's what the Scrambler Storm can be used for, and we can bring it back with other cards. Another archive, small steel. Really nice card advantage card, Amber Burner on the opponent, card advantage, Amber gain, key stopper. Now we could bring this guy back using some of the other cards. That's really nice to have. Another archive mechanic, artifact control, card advantage. Like, really interesting deck. Doesn't have a board wipe. I didn't see not a single full-blown board wipe in here. And so a really powerful board could be hard for this deck, because I just don't see any ways to deal with a super powerful board. So there is that with this deck, but other than that, really, really cool deck. Tremendous amount of archive, a huge amount of card control. You might be able to overcome the fact that your board is not... I mean, you do have a lot of creatures. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures there. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures in Logos. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures in Dis. So that's... 21 creatures in this deck, and you're going to draw into them really, really fast. So even though there's no board clear in here, your opponent's going to have trouble keeping your board cleared. Your board is going to keep just coming back over and over and over again. They're going to have a really hard time getting rid of it. And there is a decent amount of direct damage or damage before fight in here. There's a little bit of healing. Really interesting deck. Again, really cool mechanics in this one. Really fun. I love the way that this deck is. It's just another cool and interesting deck that's going to be fun to play. So there you go. That's all the decks that were in that box. Let's see if I can get them all on screen. Maybe not. I should probably move these up. So really fun experience. Anybody who's going to get to open one of these displays, you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to find some decks you like. There's going to at least be a cool deck in there. Try not to. Oops, sorry. Excuse me. Try not to get yourself stuck in the trap of I absolutely want, these specific houses. Because now this one I already sleeved, so I'm just going to put the command card there, and one other one that I already sleeved, so I'll just put the command card there. You don't want to get yourself stuck in the trap where you feel like you have to get a specific house combination, because these house combinations, any combination can come out cool. There was a Brobnar deck in here I'm really excited to play. Had a fantastic selection. Two of the Brobnar decks had a great selection. So there are Brobnar decks that can just be really good. There's just a lot of different ways that these decks can come out and be really cool. I still have not seen a Horseman deck. I know it's no more rare than any other rare, so I'm not, it doesn't really matter to me. And also, I don't see them as super powerful cards. I see them as a couple good cards and then some other cards that I'd rather have other cards. So now I haven't seen any of the master cards either, and those I also don't see as being super powerful cards. I see them as just another card that can do cool things, but most of the time it's nothing of any significant power, and those I believe are supposed to be less common. So there you go, and I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed getting to open this deck display with me. And I'm going to get back to opening the other ones I already know about, although, like I said, I'm not really looking at the deck lists on them anymore. And so I'll open those up at another time, and so everybody have a great day.